and welcome back to the Illinois Fighting Illini Dynasty. We are here from Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Illinois, as the number 2 Illinois Fighting Illini are back into Big Ten play, and they will host Rutgers from the Big Ten Coastal Division. It is early this year, but Illinois so far up towards the top of the Central Division at 4-0. Rutgers, on the other hand, they have not had the greatest start to this year. They are 0-4, 0-2 in conference play thus far, and they are buried down there at the bottom of the new Coastal Division. So a cross-divisional matchup once again here for Illinois. A couple 4-star prospects out of the state of Texas are also visiting today, so as I always say, impressions are to be made. This will be the 3rd time they're facing Rutgers so far in this dynasty. We saw Rutgers back in seasons 1 and 2. Illinois wins the toss to first the second half, and we are underway. It's a misty day, a little bit of rain. We saw a bit of that last week against Florida State down in Tallahassee, so Illinois will see if they can avoid the turnovers. That was a big problem last week against Florida State, but the Illini miraculously won that game. That was an amazing comeback, one of the best games in this entire Dynasty series, in my opinion. And so Illinois will look to keep the win streak alive in the undefeated season. Michael Bass, the quarterback for Rutgers, we talked about him last week. He's got a big body. He's 6'7", 240 pounds. He can run a lot. And it's going to be the job of this Illini defense to stop him just like that. On 3rd down and 6 now, Bass firing deep, and it's going to be knocked away by Andrew Medlock. Good coverage there from Medlock. And Illinois quickly forces a 3-and-out in the first series of the game. Ken Peoples takes the field as the offense starts out today. Peoples will look to avoid the turnovers that really plagued Illinois last week. First play, Peoples on the ground. He's going to spin and pick up 8 yards. So Peoples off to a good start here on the ground. 2nd and 2 now. Peoples fires over the middle looking for McCray out of the backfield, and that one missed the mark. So quickly it's going to be 3rd down and 2. Illinois now is going to go under center, I formation. McCray trying to grow off tackle, and McClay is stuffed up. That's a 2-yard loss. Bruce Dennis broke through, and Rutgers quickly gets on top of McCray, and both offenses are going to go 3-and-out here to open up the game. So now Larry Gibson's going to send it deep, and Macklin somehow kept his feet in bounds, and he's going to get some yardage off of that punt. That was a pretty good punt there by the true freshman Gibson, but I don't know about that. I thought Macklin's feet were out of bounds. Speaking of, he is the tailback for Rutgers. He gets a 9-yard handoff there. We talked a little bit about Brian Macklin. He has some speed. He's not even the top running back on the depth chart for Rutgers, and this is the type of depth that Rutgers has. They are an 0-4 team, but they have some playmakers, and Macklin is definitely one of them. He can be a problem here for Illinois today, who normally does pretty well against running backs. Another guy that can also make some plays, DeMarcus Williams there. He's a true freshman receiver, and you see him make that haul outside the numbers. 1st down now, Bass, as he's going to get around the edge, and Bass is going to pick up a 1st down. Bass already willing to run a lot in the early moments of this game. 1st and goal now. It's Macklin on the handoff, and Illinois gets him. And Rutgers has it at about the 1.5-yard line. Bass facing the pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Illinois stops Bass right in his tracks. It's Darren Robinson. The safety blitz works once again. Robinson came in untouched, and look at the size difference between those two. You just see how big Bass is, and I'm surprised that Robinson was able to take him to the ground point blank. 3rd down and goal now from about the 9-yard line. Can the defense hold up here? Bass rolling to his left. He's going to stop in his tracks, and he's sacked again. Illinois bows up inside the red zone. It's Ryan Williams. Nicely done, and Rutgers will settle for a field goal. This is a shorter one, and it's going to go through. So the Scarlet Knights are the first on the board here in Champaign. But Illinois' defense bows up there deep in their own territory, and now the offense is back to work. It's going to be Lawrence Carter, another big-bodied running back that Illinois has. We'll maybe see a little bit more of him, as Illinois has not necessarily has not necessarily been shying away from giving Lawrence more touches over Corey Black. And it'll be McCray this time. McCray on 3rd down and short. He's going to get the first down. There's no doubt that McCray is RB1. There's no doubt about that, but that RB2 position looks like we got a little bit of a battle going on right now. 2nd down and 10 now as we jump ahead. Peoples fires outside the numbers, and he has Marquardt. Marquardt picks up the reception, and Illinois is into Rutgers territory for the first time today. Jumping ahead here to 2nd down and 11. It's going to be trips left for the Illini. Peoples has time, and he's going to fire it out to Rogers. And Rogers will pick up about 7. So it'll be 3rd down and short here once again for Illinois. McCray on the handoff. He tries to cut up the middle, and Rutgers is all over him. McCray stopped in his tracks, and Rutgers has surprisingly done pretty well against this Illini rushing attack. Illinois sends the offense back out here. Peoples trying to draw them off sides, and Illinois was bluffing. So they're going to call a timeout and have to settle for the field goal. Reggie Mathis, reliable as ever. He puts it up and he pushes it through, and we are tied. Illinois forces a 3-and-out. Rutgers forces a 3-and-out. Rutgers kicks a field goal. Now Illinois kicks a field goal. Back and forth we go, and now the Scarlet Knights are back to work. Bass in the offense. He's going to look to run here once again. Bass trying to go to the left, and he's going to be tracked down by Taylor, who comes across the field and gets him from behind. 2nd down and 5 now. Bass is going to go under center. It's going to be a give to Macklin, and Macklin evades some tackles, and he's going to pick up 3 yards. So far, I've been pretty impressed with Brian Macklin. Illinois really hasn't faced a running back like that this year. More dynamic offense from Rutgers. That's Matt Rodriguez, and Rutgers so far, they've got a couple first down on those post routes to the right side already. Bass now, 1st and 10, and Bass is going to find some room. Taylor on his tail, and Bass is into the end zone. Touchdown, Rutgers. The explosiveness of this offense is on display. It was a QB run. Coleman came in. He missed Bass there in the gap, and Bass just blew right by the Illinois defense. Wow. Man, like I was saying, this is exactly what Illinois was worried about last week. This is an 0-4 team, but they have some playmakers that can cause problems. So far, that's exactly what's going on here. Rutgers is causing problems, and now their defense. Great coverage on that last play. They forced Peoples to fire it out of bounds, and it's 3rd down and 10. Peoples now, he's going to fire quickly to the left, and he has Edmonds. Edmonds down the sideline. 1 man to beat. Edmonds, he is out of bounds at the 1. Explosiveness goes both ways here. Edmonds down the sideline. That was a rope from Peoples. Kind of a wheel route there in Edmonds. That's the speed that Illinois has on their side of the football. And Edmonds tippy-toed out of bounds at the last second. I thought he could have potentially got in. 1st and goal now. Peoples rolling to his right, looking to throw, and he's just going to have to fire it away at the last second. That was an ugly developing play there. Illinois perhaps trying to get the ball to Edmonds to finish off the touchdown. 2nd and goal now. Peoples, he's going to keep it himself, and Rutgers brings him down. Mayfield with the TFL, and it's a loss. And now Illinois needs to quit playing around here. They need to punch this into the end zone. 3rd and goal from the 2. Peoples quickly. He has Anderson. Touchdown, Illinois. That's how you finish off a drive. And it's old reliable Zach Anderson, the tight end. Another touchdown reception for him right on the goal line. And Illinois ties it up. These two going toe-for-toe with one another. And Rutgers takes back over. Bass taking off here on 1st down. And he's going to lose the football. And it's recovered by Patrick Coleman. Coleman's going the other way. It's a scoop and score for Illinois. Touchdown, Illini. How about that? That's exactly what we're talking about. The first turnover on the year, believe it or not, for Illinois finally comes here in week 5 at the expense of Michael Bass and Rutgers. It looked like Calvin Hart poked it out from behind and Coleman scooped it and took it to the house. You love to see that. Illinois with 2 touchdowns on back-to-back plays from scrimmage. And now Rutgers is facing their first deficit of the ball game. Macklin will take it outside for 11 yards. Just like that, and a couple flicks of a switch, Illinois has the lead in this game. Play action. Bass, he's going to just fire it out to nobody. Not sure what was going on there, but Illinois will take it. It's 3rd down and 10 now. Bass once again out of the gun. He's going to fire it downfield, and he's got Rodriguez. A tight window, and Bass found him just in the nick of time with Robinson in the area. Fresh set of downs now for Rutgers. Bass is going to take off once again, and Bass sheds off a tackle, and he's forced out of bounds. Man, Bass, once he gets going, he is hard to bring down. As I said before, 6'7", 240 pounds for a quarterback, and he can run. That can be pretty deadly in the open field. He fires now on this next play to Isaac Wright. And now Bass is going to go under center. It's going to be a draw to Macklin, and Macklin is shedding tackles left and right. Man, Rutgers has a few shifty playmakers on this offense. 1st down and 10 now for the Scarlet Knights. Bass trying to do it once again, and he can't this time. Eventually, the Illini defense is going to bow up in these situations. That's what they've done all year long, and they're going to try to do it here once again. Macklin will only get 3 yards here. And it's 3rd down and 7. Rutgers needs to get it inside the 2-yard line to get a 1st down minimally. Bass now looking to his right. He fires out to Daniels, and Illinois is there. Calvin Hart in coverage, and it's going to be 4th down and 2. Decision time for Rutgers, and they're going to settle for the field goal here. So Rutgers will play it safe and kick the 3, and they will cut the lead down to 4. And so now Illinois and Peoples will take the ball for the first time today with a lead at hand. 3 minutes to go in the first half. McCray up the middle. That's what we're talking about. An 18-yard rush for number 24. He hasn't had many of those so far. Rutgers has had a pretty good job of containing McCray so far in this game. 1st down and 10 now. Peoples looking to pitch it out, and nothing's going on there. Trent Tillman with the tackle. Rutgers, surprisingly, has done a pretty good job stuffing this Illini rush attack. Peoples here on 2nd down and 11. He's just going to take it off, and he's got a ton of room ahead of him. The C parts for Rutgers as Peoples tries to spin out the last second, and he's going to pick up 29. Well, if the traditional rushing attack doesn't work, you just rely on Kenton Peoples to scramble out of the pocket and do that. 1st down and 10 now. Illinois back into Rutgers territory. Peoples is going to fire at the last second, and it's going to be picked off. Russell with an interception, a toe drag, and it's a turnover for Illinois. Peoples tried to get that one off on the run, looking for Anderson. And Russell did a good job of staying on the tight end there, and he gets the interception. So now Rutgers has life once again. Paris up the middle. Somebody different than Macklin at least this time. And the Scarlet Knights have done a pretty good job opening up holes for their running backs so far. And for Bass for that matter. This play on 1st down and 10, it's going to be Macklin once again. I don't know how these guys are able to manage staying in bounds with these plays here. It looked like that could have been an illegal touching. 2nd and short now, and Bass takes off. He's got room down the left side, and he's going to pick up 22. Bass with 94 yards rushing, and we still have 2 minutes to go here in the first half. You just do not see many teams do this to Illinois. That's what we're used to seeing, though. McConnell brings down Bass, and it's a sack. 2nd down and 15 now. Rutgers trying to get points here before the half. Bass facing the pressure, and he's just going to dump it off to Paris. So it's 3rd down and long here. This will be another big stop for Illinois. Bass. He lofts it to Williams, and Williams is going to get the 1st down. DeMarcus Williams, the freshman, with a 15-yard reception. And he had just enough room down the sideline to get the first. Now Williams will get it once again. Back-to-back plays, 7 yards, and it'll be second down and short now. Williams, the freshman, very involved in this game so far. Hart is going to come in here on a blitz, and he's going to get to Bass. Just when Illinois needs a sack, they usually seem to get it, and that's what Calvin Hart does. Deal will call a timeout to stop the clock. So we have about a minute to go here. Bass, he's going to fire over the middle. It's Williams, and it's going to be knocked away. Washington in coverage. He pokes it out the last second. Great defense from the Illini. And Rutgers is going to settle for a long field goal here. This is about a 50-yarder, and it's not even close. Turnover on downs. Great work once again by the Illini defense. And now the offense has a chance here to score before the half. Peoples will dump it off here. First play to Bryant. That'll get 9 yards, but the clock is going to run. Illinois only has 1 timeout to work with here, so we'll see if they can at least try to get a field goal. Second down and short. It's going to be a play action and a quick fire out to Edmonds. That'll get the first down. And Edmonds goes out of bounds. Illinois sporting 4 wide. Trips left for the Illini. 30 seconds to go here. Peoples bails out to his left, and there's nothing much going on downfield. Peoples just going to take it himself out of bounds. That'll actually lose 2 yards. So now Illinois goes 5 wide here. Second and 13. Peoples feeling the pressure. He's going to bail out to his right, and Peoples, he's just going to get rid of it. Great coverage on those last 2 plays downfield from Rutgers. And all of a sudden, it's third down and long with just 19 seconds to go. Peoples, he's going to fire downfield, looking for Andy Parks, and it's going to be knocked away. Great coverage once again from Rutgers, and Illinois punts it away. So now Bass and the offense are just going to take us to the half. Macklin gets the handoff, and he's going to get a first down. Rutgers will call a timeout here, so they're going to try to set up the Hail Mary. Illinois goes into their prevent defense. Bass, he's going to throw it off his back foot, and it's knocked away. So we have reached halftime. A lot of eventful stuff going on here in the first half. Rutgers definitely not looking like the 0-4 team on paper going into this game so far today. Look at the total yardage here. Rutgers has nearly 300 yards of offense in just the first half. 165 rush yards compared to just Illinois' 56. If you were to swap the logos here, this is what stat line usually looks like at halftime when Illinois is rolling. This is just very surprising here. Usually you're not used to seeing Illinois get beat on the lines of scrimmage here, and Rutgers is really winning the battle in the trenches, and they are running the ball on this very good defense. So now Peoples in the offense will get the ball to start the second half, and Illinois will look to try to make this a 2-score game for the first time today. He's on target to Bryant there, and we're going to jump ahead a play to second down and 10. 5 wide for Illinois. Peoples facing the pressure, and it's going to be knocked away. Thankfully, Peoples got it away at the last second, and it's going to be third down and 10 now. Rutgers trying to get a 3-and-out here to open up the second half. Peoples quick fires, and he has Andy Parks. Parks once again with another great catch in traffic, and he has really impressed me so far in limited sample size this season. First down and 10 now. This time it's Marquardt who tumbles over and somehow hangs onto the ball. That's a great catch by Marquardt, who has had problems in the past with hanging onto the ball. So 2 great plays there by Illinois receivers, and we're going to jump ahead here. Third down and 4 now after the Peoples rush. So we'll see if Illinois can convert here. Peoples looking to throw, and he's going to dump it off to Anderson over the middle, and Anderson's going to have the first down. Zach Anderson once again, old reliable, and he moves the chains. Fresh set of downs now for Illinois. Peoples looking to his right, and he's going to scramble that way. Peoples, he's got some room downfield. Peoples, he's going to have a ton of room, and he's got a touchdown. Illinois extends the lead, and Peoples his first rushing touchdown of the game. When Illinois is struggling to run the ball, sometimes it takes Peoples going off script here. And great blocking downfield for Illinois. Rutgers had nobody in coverage on the right side of the field, and that's what Illinois was looking for. First down and 10 now. Rutgers down by 11 points. And it's going to be Macklin who takes it for 7 yards, and Rutgers continues to run the ball very effectively on Illinois. It's going to be a bubble screen here as it's going to be Williams, and he is going to make a man miss. Williams has really impressed me. He looks like he's going to be a pretty good player here in another year or two. Second down and 10 now for Rutgers. Bass fires over the middle. He's got Matt Rodriguez. And it's going to be third down and 3 now. Bass under center. Sends a man in motion. And it's going to be a give to Macklin, who goes off tackle, and he's got a ton of room. Macklin into Illinois territory, and he's going to be down near the 32-yard line. Rutgers continues to kill Illinois on third down. Bass fires all the way to the left, and he's got Wright. Isaac Wright wide open, and it's another first down for Rutgers. This time it's going to be a direct snap to Brian Watson, the center. And you want to talk about a direct snap. Quite literally, Watson snapped the ball to himself. That should be a snap infraction, but I guess that's legal now. This time it's going to be a give to Macklin, and Macklin sheds a tackle, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Rutgers. Just like that, the Scarlet Knights respond. Man, we have not seen many teams just move the ball on Illinois' defense with authority. And Rutgers has pretty much done that all game long. Outside of that snap infraction that should have been, Rutgers is really doing this at ease. Now the offense back to work. Peoples will keep it himself, and as we jump ahead, it's quickly going to be third down and 7 now. And Illinois is at risk of going 3 and out. Third down, it's going to be Marquardt over the middle. Peoples extends the chains. Nice play, nice reception all around there. Marquardt has his third on the game. And now we jump ahead to second down and 9. Peoples bailing out to his left. Peoples is going to take off. He makes a man miss, and he's going to scramble out of bounds. Most of Illinois' effective rushing attack has came from Peoples going off script on passing plays. And that continues to be the case so far. Peoples now, he's going to pitch it out to Edmonds. Edmonds going upfield, trying to spin. And he's going to get 5 yards. Edmonds with a couple rushes so far in this game. Play action here. Peoples fires over the middle, and it's Rogers. Hangs on to the ball, and Illinois receivers have done a really good job so far in this game of hanging on to the ball and maintaining possession after contact. Fresh set of downs now. Peoples backing up, and he's going to be sacked. That's a 10-yard loss. Davin Powell. A rare sack from Ken Peoples. And Illinois now is backed up second down and 20. Peoples now evading the rush once again, and he just gets rid of it. Man, Rutgers is really a force to reckon with on the defensive line. Illinois is having trouble. Third down and 20 now. Peoples just tries to fire over the middle to Corey Black, and it's dropped. Illinois couldn't even get some yardage to make up for it and set up the field goal, and they're going to have to punt this one away. Larry Gibson, the true freshman, pins him down inside the 10. That's a great punt there from Gibson. And so now Rutgers is going to have to start with the ball at their own 7-yard line. Bass in his own end zone. He's going to try to scramble, and he's going to be stood up. He loses the ball, and it's recovered by Rutgers. That close to a disastrous turnover for the Scarlet Knights. They've already had one of those go against them for a scoop and score, and now they're backed up inside their own 2. It's going to be a handoff to Macklin, and Macklin, he's going to get the first down. Just when you think Illinois has Rutgers on the ropes, they break off a huge run, and they get a first down. Now it's going to be Murray, and he picks up a first down. Rutgers continues to win the battle at the line of scrimmage. And now Bass, he's going to move to his right, and this time Illinois wins that battle. He is sacked. That's a 5-yard loss, Patrick Coleman. 2nd down and 15 now as the third quarter is coming to a close. It's going to be Williams. He sheds a tackle, and it's going to be finished off by Wyatt Anderson. So that'll pick up 5, but it'll be 3rd down and 10 now for Rutgers. Bunch formation for the Scarlet Knights. Bass is going to fire outside, and he has Wright. Wright is into Illinois territory, and it's another 3rd down conversion for Rutgers. These guys will just not go away. Now Illinois has to think about preserving this lead. Macklin trying to go to the outside. He's brought down by Washington. Great tackle there from 39. In the open field, Washington has quietly had a pretty good game today. And here we go once again, 3rd down and long. Bass, he has a ton of time. Bass looking for a receiver. He's going to break a tackle, and he's finally going to be sacked. Illinois gets to Bass. It was Ryan Williams. That's a huge 8-yard loss, and now Rutgers is out of field goal range. The defense steps it up at the right times, and Illinois hangs on to the lead. That was a huge stop there from the defense. Rutgers could have at least cut this down with a field goal to a 1-point game, but Illinois will take back over with a 4-point lead. We're approaching 5 minutes to go now in this game. Illinois is going to try to tack on here. It's going to be a screen for McCray. McCray going to the outside, and he's going to pick up a 1st down. That's more of what we're used to seeing from this offense. McCray has been unexpectedly quiet in this game. Rutgers defense has done a really good job of containing him. 2nd down and 6 now. Peoples, he's going to face the pressure yet again, and he gets rid of it. Rutgers will just not let up, and it's 3rd down and 6 now. Illinois sporting 5 wide here. Peoples making changes at the line. Peoples fires over the middle. It's Marquardt near the marker, and it's a 1st down. Illinois moves the chains just barely once again, and now we're going to jump ahead here. 2nd down and 12. McCray going off tackle. He picks up some nice blocks, and he's going to get the 1st down. Perhaps the running game is coming back to life here late in the 4th quarter. McCray now eclipses 50 yards on the ground. 1st and 10 now. They're going to give it to him once again. McCray cutting back to the right. And he's going to nearly get a 1st down here. 2nd down and inches. And so now Illinois finding some success on the ground. That's a good sign. 2nd and short now. Peoples looking to throw, and he's just going to dump it off to McCray once again. A Josh McCray-led drive here in the 4th quarter is helping Illinois get into Rutgers territory, and now they're approaching the red zone. 1st and 10, Peoples, he's going to keep it himself, and now he's inside the 20-yard line. Peoples with 70 yards on the ground. Illinois continuing to milk this clock. Rutgers does not want Illinois to get into the end zone. They want to hold the Illini to a field goal. Peoples is going to fire at the last second here, and it's Zach Anderson. In traffic and all, he somehow hangs on to the ball. I don't know how Peoples fit that one in there, but it gets the job done. Peoples got rid of it at the very last second, and thankfully the defender was not looking. What a catch by Zach Anderson. It is Blake Moyer who comes in the game at quarterback. He's going to give it to Bryant on a jet sweep, and Bryant is in. Touchdown, Illinois. Patrick Bryant with the jet sweep to cap off a long drive that milks off a ton of clock here, and that's a big touchdown for Illinois. 31-20 now with 2 minutes to go in this game. That was big. Now Illinois just needs to play damage control here. Bass in the offense. They have kept the foot on the gas this entire game, and they're going to try to continue to do this even more so here with under 2 minutes to go. 2nd and 5 now. Bass feeling the pressure. He gets hit, and it's going to be incomplete. Now Illinois starting to get some pressure on Bass here late in this game. It's 3rd down and 5. Bass looking to throw. He's going to loft it to Wright, who comes back for the ball. And they're going to give him the 1st down. That's a generous spot, in my opinion. Wright with his 4th reception in this game. So now we jump ahead, 2nd down and 10. Bass fires over the middle. It's going to be DeMarcus Williams. He can't evade the tackle. And it's going to be 3rd down and 3 now. The clock continues to run down here on Rutgers. Bass, he's got a man wide open over the middle. It's Wright. Rutgers will just not go away. It's a 1st down, and they are into Illinois territory. But that clock continues to run here. Bass now dancing around in the pocket. He's going to fire downfield, and it's knocked away. Darren Robinson in coverage. Illinois has done a good job. Their corners in this game. And now it's 2nd down and 10. Bass with time. He's going to fire to the end zone, and it's knocked away again. This time it's Joya Washington. This is why this Illinois secondary is one of the best in the country, if not the best. 3rd down and 10 now. Rutgers tries a draw to Macklin, and that's not fooling Illinois at all. Macklin with a huge stat line, but that time Illinois got to him, and they have to call a timeout. 4th down and 10 now. This is virtually the ball game here. Off his back foot, he finds DeMarcus Williams. Man, the athleticism from some of these guys is just insane, and Rutgers continues to maintain their life in this game. Bass on 1st down. He's going to be sacked. Bass is going to need an ice bath after this game, that's for sure. He's going to clock it. So it's 3rd down and 17, but there are just 38 seconds left in this game. We'll see what they can do here. Bass trying to set up a screen, and it's not there, and Bass is going to run out of room. It's a 13-yard loss. Now this one is all but over. 20 seconds to go. Bass steps up, and he's going to be sacked again. Get that man in an ice bath ASAP. Bass is sacked multiple times on this drive, and that'll be the ball game. Illinois' defense gives up a lot of yards, but holds the Scarlet Knights to just 20 points. And Illinois gets a very eventful win here at home in Champaign. Ken Peoples, the player of the game. And all in all, I'd say a pretty good performance, but this was a game that Illinois won in not the fashion that we are used to seeing in this dynasty. Ken Peoples, outside that interception, he played pretty well today in my opinion. Michael Bass, man, I'm telling you, he's a 4th-year junior, but he has got NFL upside, that is for sure. He just needs to get better as a passer, but Rutgers and Brian Macklin, 121 yards on the ground. How many times do you see running backs do that to Illinois? That does not happen very often. It was quite impressive in my opinion. Peoples and McCray on the ground. McCray was held in check up until that last drive in the 4th quarter. And then as far as receiving for Illinois, some great plays from the Illini receivers in this game so far. And you could say the same for Rutgers. DeMarcus Williams, 7 for 76. Again, this guy's a true freshman. Rutgers has a handful of very interesting players with future NFL upside, and I think Illinois got their best shot here today. But as far as the defense, the sacks galore all the way around. Sedarius McConnell with 3 of them. And look at the game stats here. Rutgers actually beat out Illinois in total yards. You could argue that Rutgers was the better team down for down today, but Illinois was the one that ended up winning in the end. And once again, it was pretty impressive that a team that came into this game 0-4 just ran the ball down Illinois' throat and had a ton of success. Both quarterbacks are the players of the game respectively. Calvin Hart with that forced fumble for Illinois, that was huge in this game. And so now we move on. How about a couple commits? The first 2 of the year, and those are the same 2 guys that visited today. Chad Landrum, the 4-star out of Plano, Texas. He's an outside linebacker. Illinois was a heavy favorite to land him. He has a very balanced skill set. All in all, a good player. Another great linebacker to fit into this system. And then Frank Harris, defensive tackle out of Jollyville, Texas. Illinois getting these 4-stars out of the state of Texas. You love to see it. And look at the tackle grades there for him. Very good. So both guys visit and they commit. You love to see that. And speaking of, that's a pretty good transition for the next episode on the docket. I've decided that it is a good time to take a break from game action and do our first recruiting update of the season. A lot of good things with this class. Once again, now that Illinois has had some sustained success in this dynasty, there's a lot of high-profile prospects that are interested in the Illini. There's some really good battles so far this year, and I'm looking forward to showing you guys what Illinois is scheming up here on the recruiting grounds for this next cycle. So hope you guys enjoyed this game. It was a pretty eventful one. Rutgers gave Illinois their best shot, but in the end, the Illini held off. They are now 5-0. They are number 2 in the country, and things are looking pretty good for Illinois. They have lived up to expectations thus far, but as I've said, it is time to get to recruiting in the next episode. So I will see you guys then. Thank you, and have a great day.